All right, folks. So one of the first people I happened to see at Restoration Weekend, now 2 weekends ago, was our friend Michael Barone, senior political analyst, the Washington Examiner, and author of Shaping Our Nation, How Surges of Migration Transformed America and Its Politics. Hello, Michael.
Hey, that's good to see you, Steve. No wonder you ran into me. You're hanging around the bar all day.
Right, that's me and you. Right, to talk to you today. Let's talk a little bit about Obamacare. You know, I just had, interestingly enough, Mark Halpern on, and we were talking about how the media covered Obamacare, and did they know that it was a lie when he was saying in Obamacare, it is part of Obamacare, and he said we need to start reporting on it and have a conversation about it. I almost fell off the chair.
Well, Mark Halpern a number of times has made confessions against interest about the conduct of the press, and I think he's spot on about that. I confess that I have not read the 2,000 or whatever pages, the number of pages it is in the Obamacare legislation, and basically the people who have read the whole thing are basically paid $600 an hour to lobby people in Washington. Certainly just about none of the members of Congress that voted for it read it. And, yeah, there are death panels. That IBAP operation, IBAP, that's supposed to limit treatments that people can get. Well, that sounds like
yeah.
could be a death panel.
Well,
So, you know, Sarah Palin, as she was gazing out over the water at Russia.
From her house. From her
house, had a pretty clear idea of what was going on.
Oh, boy. All right, so, Michael, you wrote a great piece that I'm reading from. That's it's not the website. Today, the administration says for most people, whatever that means, the website will be working by November 30th. But it's not the website. It's what they find if the website ever does work. It's the catastrophe that is Obamacare.
Well, that's right. You've got, you know, the policies that are baked into it are policies that that require an awful lot of people to spend an awful lot more money for insurance that they don't have an awful lot of desire for or any desire for. You've got the young subsidizing the old. Now, I'm old enough to remember when liberals believed that, hey, there's an argument for that, and we have it to some extent in our tax code, and you can argue for and against it. Obamacare redistributes income from the young, people who have negative net worth. They don't have more in the bank and financial instruments and housing debt than they do in debts. You know, credit card debt,
sure, yeah.
Higher education debt, and so forth. They got negative net worth, and it transfers it to people who are age 55 to 64. Average net worth of somebody in the 55 to 64 age group, the latest data I've seen is $884,000. The mean net worth of some.
Yeah.
So consequently, there's something a little bit perverse about that. The other thing is that the law and the regulations issued thereunder in 2010, a long time ago, have required that insurance cover lots and lots and lots and lots of things, which many insurance policies don't. It's not clear that that is really insurance. You know, you buy insurance. Fire insurance, life insurance.
Right, based on what you need and what you feel you need and want. Well, and by the way,
you buy to protect yourself against uncommon, unusual, unlikely, and unwelcome events. You don't insure your automobile for oil changes. You insure your automobile in case it gets totaled.
Right, but Michael, you and I need maternity coverage. I mean, absolutely. You and I need maternity insurance. Now, by the way, Gallup poll out today, 69% of respondents say that their personal health insurance is excellent or good.
Well, that's the insurance that they have.
That they have, right?
Yeah, and this administration's idea of insurance is the kind of health insurance that covers your oil change.
Yeah.
That covers routine medical care, which is of the sort that people ordinarily need and ordinarily get. If you look at the Oregon health care study, the state of Oregon for a couple of years had a lottery to allocate Medicaid funds, and some people won the lottery and they got to get Medicaid, and other people lost the lottery and they didn't get to keep it. And they did a study. This is a randomized group because it's selected by lottery, among populations that
we
are...
only got 30 seconds, Michael, so yeah. So,
and the answer is the people without Medicaid got as much health care as the people with it, and the health care outcomes were as good.
Crazy, just crazy. All right, listen, we'll have you back, obviously, and talk about how this is all going to affect the races in 2014 going forward. Have a great Thanksgiving, my friend.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you. Michael Barone, ladies and gentlemen, for Chief Political, actually, I should say Senior Political Analyst, Washington Examiner. And the book is Shaping Our Nation, How Surges of Migration Transformed America and Its Politics. Hour number 2 coming up, Israel and the Iran Agreement on the Steve Malzberg Show.